Good morning. It is just before 8 a.m. We're back at it. I haven't been at work since Tuesday. I was having some issues with my mental health. So, yeah, we're back at it. We are working 8 to 8. We are just a couple minutes before we can turn on DoorDash. Hopefully Earn by Time is available. If not, I'm going to have to take every order because I want to be platinum tomorrow. So let's get this day started. I just missed this order because someone else matched to it on Uber, which would have been very nice. So let's see what today brings. Alright, we were able to get on to Earn by Time. Estimate wait time is 2 to 8. Right now my AR is at 66%. So we're not far from platinum. We just need to get it up a little bit more. 4 more points. But we're going to do Earn by Time all day. Let's get this day started. Alright, we got our first order. Panera. Going 2 miles. Let's get to it. Alright, we got a couple minutes before we have to pick this up. It's 7:50 and it needs to be picked up by 7:53. The goal today is $2.40. Always $20 an hour. Let's see if we can do it. We have DoorDash Earn by Time, and then we are doing Uber cherry picking as usual. Alright, that's all picked up. 3 minutes. 0.71 miles to the drop off. Alright, that's all dropped off. Next order we got already, Manhattan Bagel. 7.5 miles. Let's get to it. Alright, there's a little bit of confusion with that order, but we got it. We figured it all out. 13 minutes, 7.14 miles. And no, I don't want this Lowe's order. Uber. They've been trying to send me a $2 Uber order for Lowe's going 12 miles. No, thank you. Anyway, let's go drop this off. We're going to Townsend. Today we are trying the sugar-free Red Bull Summer Edition. It's actually pretty good. They tore down that whole building. It's completely gone now. I really wish there was a way to block Lowe's orders on Uber, because they would definitely get blocked. $4 for 16 miles. No, thank you. That's all they've been sending me this morning. I'm just gonna leave the order at the door. Alright, that's all dropped off. Was there a tip? Yep, $2.93 tip. I think I forgot to screenshot it, so I'll have to take a picture of it when I'm done. Alright, we got our next order. Starbucks, we're right down the street. Going 8 point something miles. Let's go. If I remember correctly, this guy doesn't tip. But I've been wrong before. There's Starbucks. And this is exactly why I do Earn by Time on the weekends, because people are so slow. Anyway, that was a 10-minute wait. 15 minutes, 7.5 miles, 7.6 miles to the drop off. Older lady in there, it's rude as anything. Let's go drop this off. Alright, $2 tip. We got our next order, Dunkin'. It's not the one on 13, it's the one on 301. 7.7 miles, but we're like, how many miles are we from it? We're 4.5 miles from it. So let's go do it. Alright, the drive-thru is wrapped around the building, so let's go see if it's ready. That was ready as soon as I got in there. 10 minutes, 3 miles to the drop-off. That was a $5.50 tip. 1 to 4 on DoorDash. Alright, we got our next order, but we got to turn around back to Dunkin'. Alright, hopefully this is the right order because there's no label on it or anything. Anyway, 5 minutes, 1.9 miles to the drop-off. Alright, that was a $1.50 tip. 1 to 3 on DoorDash. My AR is up to 67 now. We got another Dunkin' order, a different Dunkin' this time. Going 5.5 miles. Let's do it. Alright, that's all picked up. It was ready as soon as I got in there. 11 minutes, 4.7 miles to the drop-off. So tomorrow I'm definitely going to try to get on Earn by Time. Because there's $2.50 peak pay all day. So, but yeah, there's no service here. Yay, but we're turning into the area now. But tomorrow's Mother's Day. Last Mother's Day I made $3.80 in 12 hours. But I don't want to, even if I can't get on Earn by Time, I'm turning my shopping orders off because that ain't happening. Because I'm not shopping for flowers. Oh, I remember this place. This is where I thought I saw the Jersey Devil. That was a $3 tip. Up to 68 AR. 1 to 5. Alright. Well, it says I have a new order, good Chick-fil-A, but nothing popped up on my screen. Interesting. And I have bars. Alright, so because of the fact that this order never popped up on my screen, my AR is back down to 67. Whatever. 1 to 5. Alright, we got our next order, Bob Evans. We are right down the street from it. It's only going 2.2 miles. I don't think Rocket Boy tips. Again, another 10-minute wait. 5 minutes, 1.6 miles to the drop-off. Alright, no tip Rocket is delivered. We have our next order. Playable. Going 10 miles. It's right up the road. Let's go do it. Alright, looks like we're headed to Chesapeake in 19 minutes, 10.56 miles to the drop-off. That's all dropped off. Let's go back to Delaware. Alright, we got our next order, Popeyes. Going 7 miles, if I can ever get out of here. Let's try. Alright, let's go Popeyes. Alright, so they didn't have her flounders sandwich because it was discontinued, so she canceled the order. I got $2.04 for it, for driving here. Whatever. I'm on Earn by Time, so it gave me the time that I spent here. Anyway, 2 to 8. Alright, we got our next order, McDonald's. We're here now. Looking for a parking spot. No parking spots. Yay. Alright. That was a couple minute wait. 17 minutes, 6.4 miles to the drop off. Alright, that's all dropped off. 1 to 5 on DoorDash. Alright, we got our next order. Applebee's going 5.9 miles. Let's go do it. Alright, that's all picked up. We're off to Amazon. 16 minutes, 3.5 miles. Alright, that's all dropped off. It was a $7 tip. I'll post what I made. We got our next order, Nas Holla, going like 2 miles, something like that. Let's go over there now. Alright, that's all picked up. 4 minutes, 1 mile to the drop off. It was ready. He normally puts it right there when I'm coming. Let's go drop this off. Alright, that's all dropped off. It was a no tipper, so I don't care. Next door is Taco Bell. 5.5 miles. Let's head over there. That's all picked up. 10 minutes, 4.5 miles to the drop off. Alright, let's go drop this off. It's all dropped off. $1 tip. 2 to 7. Alright, we have our next order. Bob Evans. Let's go get it. Alright, that's all picked up. 6 minutes, 1.8 miles to the drop off. Alright, let's go drop this off. $6 on DoorDash. That's another no tip. Alright, we got our next order, Applebee's. Let's head over and do it. We're back to platinum. Alright, that's all picked up. 6 minutes, 2.4 miles to the drop off. Right, let's go drop this off. Alright, that's a $4 tip. 2 to 8. We got our next order, Dunkin' and Panera, going 7.5 miles. Are they at the same customer? Let's see, Gray Street. Gray Street, yep, both at the same customer. Let's get a Dunkin'. It's right up here. Alright, let's go pick this up. Alright, that's all picked up. Let's head to Panera. Oh, my daughter got me flowers. My middle daughter. Today's her birthday too. Happy birthday, Am. We're stuck in traffic. Alright, let's go grab this. That's all picked up. 12 minutes, 5 miles to the drop off. Alright, she was waiting outside for me. And I have to go and get service. There we go. Alright, 1 to 4 on DoorDash. Alright, we got our next order, foot fat going 3.1 miles. Let's head over there. Alright, let's go see if it's ready. If not, I'm going to get myself a boba. That was ready as soon as I got in. There's no boba tea for me. 7 minutes, 2 miles. Someone's going fishing. Let's get this off on the bench. That was a $6 tip, 2 to 9. Alright, I don't know if I got the screenshot, but we're going to Martha's Ice Cream next. Alright, let's go get it. Alright, that's all picked up. 6 minutes, 1.2 miles. Let's go drop this off. Alright, that was a 175 tip. 1 to 2. Looks like we're going to Popeyes next. Let's head over there. I didn't even get out of the driveway. Alright, let's go pick this up. That's all picked up. 8 minutes, 1.7 miles to the drop off. Alright, that's all dropped off.
Just ahead, make a U-turn to stay on Watson Lane.
We got our next order finally on Uber. 7 something for 4 something. I don't know. Whatever it says on the screen.
Make a U-turn to stay on Watson Lane.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn around. Alright, let's go to McDonald's. Let's go pick this up. That's all picked up. 8 minutes, 1.8 miles to the drop off. Alright, that's all dropped off. We got our next order, Fiesta Chiapa, or whatever the hell it's called. 6.6 miles. Let's go over there now. It's just 2 items to see if it's ready. It's just nacho fajitas and cheese sauce. Alright, that's all picked up. 17 minutes, 7.6 miles to the drop off. Alright, that's all dropped off. 1 to 4. She didn't answer her door. I had to call her. But it was a $5 tip, so it's all good. Alright, we got our next order on Janelle's. Let's head over there. It's going to Peter Pan, by Peter Pan Land. Alright, that's all picked up. It was right when I got there. 16 minutes, 7.5 miles to drop off. Alright, that was a $5.50 tip. 2 to 7. Alright, we got our next order. Taco Bell. Going 4.4 miles, and we're 2.8 miles away from it. So let's head over there. Alright, that's all picked up. 10 minutes, 1.9 miles to the drop off. What is this? I'm not shopping for 16 items for $6. Alright, let's go drop this off. Let's go drop this off. She gave me a 5. Woohoo! Alright, we got our next order. 2 stones going 3 miles. Let's go do it. Alright, I understand from that order. It's going to take another 10 to 15 minute wait, and it's going. The chick never tips, so I ain't waiting for it. We got our next order. Chili's going 12 miles. It's going over to Earlville. So let's go do it. Oh man, this is going all the way down to Crystal Beach. Oh, alright. Alright, that was right as soon as I walked in. 21 minutes, 12 miles to the drop off. Like I said, it's going all the way to Crystal Beach, so yay. But not much traffic up down there. let's go do it. Alright, let's go drop this off back door. Alright, not bad. $10 tip. 1 to 4. The smell of weed and cow shit. Gotta love it. Oh, welcome to Maryland. Okay, we got our next order. Large catering order. Large order. It's 13 items. Picking up at Kiku. Going 10.8 miles and we're 3 miles away. When you get a large catering order on Earn by Time, it's either really good or really bad. This is going to Bayberry, so I'm hoping it's really good. We'll see. Right across the street, so I'm gonna get gas real quick. We still got 10 minutes. Alright, that's all picked up. It's about a 10-minute wait, something like that. Wasn't as long as I thought. 17 minutes, 8.3 miles. Not bad at all. That's all dropped off. 1 to 3 on DoorDash. Alright, we got our next 2 orders. Panda Express and Chili's. Going 12.6 miles. It says it's going to take an hour to do. So we'll see. Let's head over there. Panda is not so express. Alright, let's go pick this up, see if it's ready. Alright, that's all picked up. Let's head over to Chili's. Alright, that's all picked up. 19 minutes, 7.2 miles to the drop off. Alright, next order is 6 minutes, 2.7 miles. Let's go drop this off. I'm done for the day on DoorDash. I made $228.20 plus the $5 tip, and I worked 11 hours. So yeah, ain't bad. And on Uber I only did 1 order, and that was $7 and some odd cents. I will be back tomorrow for Mother's Day. I gotta go see my mother-in-law. Thank you for watching. I hope everybody, if you're not out, you have a great Mother's Day. Make that money, and I'll see you tomorrow. See ya.